Hey, good afternoon, fam. It is the 15th of December. It's Thursday. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I did a live this morning and I mentioned that one of my kids was sick, so he's doing all right. Um, there were a few things that I wanted to point out that were I sort of covered this morning. I was very, very stunned by the Crime Circus video that he had done right before my live. I hope you guys watched that. I put the link in my description. I think the world of this kid. He's doing some really good work. In his 15-minute video that he did this morning, look at the 12-minute and 8-second mark. And let me just add real quick, everything I say is my opinion only, simply for the sake of conversation and speculation, hoping to open up a discussion, possibly educational, and it's made specifically for YouTube, which, as we all know, is a social media outlet that does include an entertainment kind of factor. So that said, please hit that thumbs up button and like, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. That's always helpful to the YouTube creators, just to keep the algorithm happy and lets us know that you guys are listening and that you like what you hear. So, back to his video, back to Crime Circus. At the 12-minute and 8-second stamp, there is a picture of a person, a young man, it looks like, in a ski cap, a black ski mask with a gray hoodie on over that. And apparently this selfie was taken at 3:30 a.m. the night of the mass murder. And the ping was from near the location where the crimes were committed. It's pretty stunning. So the photograph, he puts it side by side with a picture of Jack D. But what I want you to look at is the ceiling and the ceiling fan in the selfie. So the ceiling is really pretty wood slats and the ceiling fan is white. And I just think that that might be something that could lead to something, right? My goodness. So today, this morning, if you hadn't heard, there was a SWAT team incident in Pullman, which is about 15 minutes drive from Moscow, um, at Washington State University. It's 9 miles away. I had mentioned it the other day and said 20 minutes drive just because I was being, generous. It's a really short drive. It's 15 minutes for sure. Um, Anyway, today there was a standoff. There was um, a guy near the college campus who had threatened to kill a couple of his roommates, and eventually the SWAT team had to take him out. He had barricaded himself, and it was a bad situation, and the entire campus had to shelter in place, right? So I bring it up because this is the type of thing that I believe is a very high risk with the culprit of these four people becoming unalived last month. So I'm just beside myself. I mean, it's so sad. It's so horrific. If this is a situation of four people having lost their lives to a domestic violence type of incident, I'm just without words. I'm really without words. I said it yesterday and maybe this morning. The only good that could come of that is a heightened awareness of the dangers of domestic violence, and not just for the person who's the target, who's the victim, but everyone around, especially law enforcement, anybody who tries to intervene, be that friends, family, neighbors. It's really dangerous and often fatal for the victim and for anyone who tries to intervene. So Perhaps this is not the case with this situation, but I think it's a distinct possibility that needs to be ruled out. Um, Also, I think it's really interesting that the Sigma Chi, am I saying that right? The fraternity that Ethan was a part of, that Ethan and Xana had gone to a party at that night before they were unalived. It seems as though the frat house or the fraternity organization has scrubbed the social media clean of any of their activity from the last few years. So I'm curious if anybody knows which fraternity Jack D was affiliated with. I believe he was or is a fraternity member. Again, I still haven't heard anything about his school status, his work status, his living status. I mean, I would imagine maybe he's back up in Coeur d'Alene with the rest of his family or down in Coeur d'Alene. Um, but I think that it's just a really, really dangerous predicament to have these alleged killer or killers running free. And God forbid something should happen and someone else loses their life. So that's all I really wanted to say. Again, check out that video that I put in the description for my video this morning. Look at that 12-minute and 8-second mark. Check out that ceiling fan and the ceiling. If you see any photographs with a similar ceiling and ceiling fan, and you can kind of see some windows behind the guy's shoulder, but that's just stunning. The face mask selfie at 3:30 a.m. I think it was on Snapchat was what Drip Drop said. So the ping was located very near the site of the tragedy, of the horrible, horrible tragedy. So you guys, this is just so sad to be talking about these people that are deceased and their families aren't getting any answers. And like I said, we're at the countdown until Christmas. And of course, they would need their answers any time of the year, but especially at Christmas. I mean, how horrible, how absolutely heartbreaking and devastating. So I am going to sign off here. Thanks for watching and peace out. Eat your veggies, eat your fruits, your protein, get your exercise, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, chill out, chillax, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully, we'll plan to do a live tomorrow morning, maybe 8 or 9. So thanks for joining me and look forward to seeing you then. Take care.